Hi. My name is Kristen Day. I'm a marketing major, wow, with a minor in communication, and I'm a junior. I self-identify as a creative. And I had this crazy idea to make a documentary about the art scene at Purdue. I was really interested in figuring out what our deal is. Are we doing anything to support the artists here? If you're an artist or someone who reluctantly engages with the arts, or even just goes to Purdue and is interested in why I'm making a documentary in the basement of Stewart, stick around. I think you'll learn something really special about what it means to be an artist here. When I kind of first went into this project, I was really jaded. I was really angry about the fact that Purdue didn't feel like they were supporting their artists or cared that we were here, knew what we were making, or knew where we were, or how to find us. So I decided to go on a little exploration to introduce you to 4 of my friends who are out there making really, really cool stuff. And I thought they were all going to be jaded too. I thought they were going to be just as mad as I was, just as pessimistic, but I was wrong. Can you introduce yourself?
Again?
Yeah.
My name is Cooper Kim. I'm a sophomore in Purdue University. I study industrial engineering, and I like doing stand-up comedy. It's like you talk to a bunch of people and you tell things that you think are funny and hopefully they laugh.
Why do you do that?
I like the attention, partly.
What does the stand-up community look like? Do we have one?
They're a really cool group of people. Everyone that I've met has their own unique kind of taste on humor and how they want to express themselves and what they want to talk about. And it's also really cool just to meet people and see their perspective on things. I met a lot of cool people in this community.
Can you tell us about the room we're in?
We are in the Shin Forum. It is a kind of theater-esque thing where people can rent it out to do whatever they want. And the Purdue stand-up community rents it out for, Purdue stand-up comedy community rents it out for open mics.
Really?
Really? That's right.
What do you think, doing open mics in a room like this,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think that says about the arts at Purdue?
The fact that we're doing open mics here, and maybe that definitely wasn't the intended purpose, maybe like presentations and like movies or something, but not like open mics. Just goes to show that there's so many different places on campus where like people can do all these different creative things, and like all it takes is like a little bit of like pushing them to do it.
Do you believe that?
I believe that. I really do.
That was really insightful. Cooper reminded me about the underground nature of the whole thing. We filmed it in Kroc. It's a building that I'm sure Kenneth Kroc didn't anticipate there being stand-up open mics in. So I thought, what is this whole underground nature of the art community here? I wanted to learn a little bit more. So I talked to Paige.
Hi, I'm Paige Arrowwood, and I am a junior in medical laboratory science. I am a dancer, and I choreograph for the YWCA over in Lafayette, and I'm a part of the Higher Ground Dance Company. Okay?
Will you show us a little bit of your dancing?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah, I will. I will.
Would you have your shoes on?
I guess the value in it is that it's not academic, and that it's definitely a break from all the studying and homework and everything.
You want to wave at me?
You know, if I'm mad, I'll put on an angry song. If I'm sad, I'll put on a sad song, dance to that. Yeah, definitely to make it better would be more space. Like we normally have to practice in the racquetball courts or like in the basement of Stewart or just any space that, I don't know, it always feels like too cramped, and we're like, oh, when we're on stage, we'll be able to spread out. When we're like in a room like this, we'll be able to spread out, but that like, you know, doesn't happen very often.
I love it. Remember I said earlier I wanted someone to be just as jaded, just as upset about the lack of support for the arts here? She wasn't. She actually believed that there's some really good stuff happening here. And so, if anything, she encouraged me to start believing that there was. And don't get me wrong, I already believed there was a lot of good stuff happening. I mean, I made a lot of it happen. That sounded boastful. But I don't know, I guess I didn't believe in it. Maggie, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Maggie Steinrauf. I am a junior in math and philosophy with a minor in English, and I'm a photographer. I like to shoot people, and so I like to make photographs that make them see themselves in a way they hadn't thought that they could see themselves previously. Things would be a little simpler if people were a little more logical sometimes, but they're not.
So what do you think, in the light of that, what do you think other Purdue students can stand to gain from having a place to express themselves as entities outside of necessarily being emotional?
I think that a lot of Purdue students probably already are doing these types of self-expressions. They're just not calling it art. Because like take engineering, for example. It is like very science heavy, but to be an engineer, I think, is also an art form. Every artistic discipline I know, it isn't like always just like, fun, just feel your feelings. My first photography teacher had a slogan that was like, sacrifice the body for the shot, which was like, if Purdue students were to allow themselves to start calling some of their endeavors art, that they would stand to gain realizing that they're not just one thing and that they're a complete and diverse and complicated person. And they should embrace that and not try to just be one thing, because the complexity is the beauty in life.
What does it mean if our engineers start realizing that they're artists too? What does it mean if we start realizing that there's no binary, there's no dichotomy, that all is pretty false? What does it mean if we decide that we are creating stuff that we can call art regularly, even when we don't think it is? And what happens to our university when we decide that we are all, in our own weird way, artists? Good question.
Hi. This chair shakes. Hi, my name is Richard Allen. I'm a junior at Purdue University studying theater acting and business management as a minor.
That's a mouthful.
It's a lot. Well, so the way that I would describe kind of the arts at Purdue is very similar to my hometown. They exist and they're very vast and they're very broad, but they're very underground. Like it's it's not hush hush, but it's also like you need to know someone who's in that thing to know another person who's in this thing, who's in that thing, and then it broadens. So once you find that person and you find all of their friends and then it spindles into all these different things, it'll go like this. It's not showcased as much as it should be.
It's good to realize that the thing that makes Purdue special is the fact that it isn't a school built on the ideas and values of an artistic place, but that it still grows here anyways, in the cracks and walls and wood paneling, in the underground spaces. It's not hiding, and it wants to be celebrated. The arts here are vast, they're spindly, they're beautiful, they're interconnected. Everyone knows someone else who knows someone else that wants to help you with the project you're working on. And the more I think about it, when I let the jadedness fade, I realize that's pretty spot on. The best, most beautiful thing about being an artist here is that you have these hard lines to cram your interests and differences into. It's kind of beautiful. And it makes us special and different and, I don't know, Purdue. I wasn't expecting to learn that. I'm glad I did.